Good morning, Wade Hills. If you're new here, my name is Sarah, and welcome to the final episode of All Around Music. Now, you might be wondering, Sarah, why are you at different parts of the school to record this final episode of your show? Honest answer? I really just wanted to change the scenery. I feel like, for the last episode of a show, it shouldn't just be the same as every other show. You should do something a little bit special for all my loyal fans out there. Now, at the end of the day, this still is a school assignment, so I do have some requirements I need to meet for this. And it was either between a blooper reel or a best of, and I think I'm going to do a blooper reel because there are some bloopers that I would like to address because it's been haunting me. I've been sitting awake at night thinking about the mistakes I made, knowing that it's going to permanently be on this channel forever, and I can't deal with that. And with that, let's get into the blooper reel of All Around Music. Now, the first segment I want to start off with is my logo changing. If you guys are avid watchers on my show, which is probably just like me, you'll notice that for 5 episodes straight, my logo changes every single time. The first logo, it was a cluster and a circle, basically. It was just a bunch of stuff, and I cut out a circle, and you could just barely see the name of my show in there. So I had to change it to make my logo a little bit more visible and also my name. So then I went for an MTV type of style where it had my name of the show along with this lip like from a magazine opening its mouth. And the color that I chose for that, it was very light and you couldn't see it on screen. So then I had to change it again for the letters to be black, but then I was told that my logo didn't represent what my show was, so then I had to change it again, and that's how we got the classic CD case with my name or the show's name on it in different cuttings to make it look like it was customized, and that has been by far my favorite logo. Now for my second segment, I have a confession to make. I'm so bad at pronouncing names, and I mean incredibly bad at pronouncing names. In the Mad Season and Temple of the Dog episode, specifically with Mr. Shale, oh my god, you could see the confusion and almost disappointment in Mr. Shale's face as they absolutely butcher the names of the members of Temple of the Dog. I swear I know their names, guys, okay? I swear I'm an avid fan of them. I love them so much. That episode specifically, though, the teleprompter was cut off, so I couldn't see their names. Like their names were cut off. So, I don't know why the teleprompter was like that. Maybe I was looking at the wrong one. Who knows? But I just couldn't read it. And you hear me cut off the names and butcher it so bad. It's unbelievable. And I feel so bad for Mr. Shale, who just had to sit there and take it. Mr. Shale, this is my former apology to you. I'm so sorry. Members Chris Cornell, who was the main vocal, Eddie Vedder, who was the backing vocal, Matt Cameron, who were on the drums, Jeff Cameron, bass, who was on the bass, and Mike McCready, who was the lead guitar, and Stone Gossard, who was on rhythm guitar. So for segment number 3, I want to talk about my opinions. Ooh, scary. But in the Hall of Fame episode where we talked about the inductees of the Hall of Fame for, 2026, I said that Oasis, that I'm a really big fan of Oasis and that they really deserve their spot in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm going to be so honest with you, I don't even know why I said that. At the time, and even still now, I'm not that big of an Oasis fan. I really only like their popular songs. They're okay. They're really okay. And I think I honestly just got a little scared because British people are ride or dies for Oasis for some odd reason. If you were to go up to a British person and you tell them that you're not a fan of Oasis, they will probably spit on you. They love Oasis over there for some odd reason, and it's probably their Michael Jackson. To what Michael Jackson was for Americans, that's probably what Oasis is for British people. I don't know I don't get it. But quite frankly, not really a fan. I don't know really why I said that. And yeah, please don't kill me. My opinion on Backstreet Boys in my NSYNC and Backstreet Boys episode. So in that episode, I said that I wasn't really a fan of the Backstreet Boys self-titled album. That is a complete lie. I love the Backstreet Boys. I'm a huge fan of the Backstreet Boys. I will say though, I still don't think they're better than NSYNC. I am the biggest NSYNC fan ever, and you cannot debate me on that. But I really like the Backstreet Boys self-titled. I quite frankly don't know why I said I didn't like them. At the time, actually, my sister gave me a Backstreet Boys CD that I listened to kind of a lot. So I don't know why I said that. Maybe just now I got a little bit more into them than I did before, so that's why I'm a little bit more open to their music and I like it a little bit more. But yeah, I like the Backstreet Boys. I don't know why I said that. Yeah, so the Backstreet Boys fans can put their pitchforks down. I see them actively running my way. So they're self-titled. It's okay. I'm sorry. I'm not a big fan of their self-titled. I like more so, obviously, Millennium. Another thing is also just misinformation. I'm kind of putting this in with my opinion segment just so I don't have to go somewhere else and record. I'm getting so tired. But another one that I said in my Linkin Park episode when I talked about my 2 favorite albums by them, which is Hybrid Theory and Meteora. Basic, I know it's basic, but I mean, they're 10 out of 10 albums. Like, what can I say? Minutes to Midnight, really good. Honestly, not 10 out of 10. From Zero, also a really good album, and I think it's honestly really underrated, but that's not the point. So I said that in that video, the original singer, Mark Wakefield, left for creative differences. No, he did not. I was just blatantly spreading misinformation that episode. He did not leave for creative differences. From what I've read and what I've heard, it was just from anxiety, because he left after like a really bad performance that the band went through, and he just couldn't take it, and he just left. So it was originally recorded with their original singer, Mark Wakefield, but because of creative differences, he kind of left the band, and they re-recorded with Chester Bennington. So now what? I finished my required part of the video. I talked about all 3 segments, made a blooper reel, yada, yada, yada. So what am I doing here, sitting on the grass, ruining one of my favorite pairs of jeans? Honestly, I just really wanted to talk more about this show. I feel like this show, although there's not a lot of people watching it, obviously, except for that one video. I did a video on video game soundtracks with my classmate Gavin Ali, and it did like really good for some reason, but that's besides the point. But I feel like without this show, I wouldn't have met a lot of cool classmates and gotten to know a lot of good teachers that I never had. And I feel like that's just a connection that is timeless. Music is one of the most common denominators that people have, whether it's an artist you love, an artist you hate, whether it's someone you're indifferent about or know nothing about. It becomes a stepping stone in knowing a person. And I think that's just really beautiful. Like, if it wasn't for that episode I did with Mr. Fleissner about Snot, I wouldn't have listened to Hum. I would have kept pushing it off, being like, oh, I've heard of that album, but I'll listen to it later. And because of me listening to that album, it gave us something to talk about. It gave us a connection that, we never would have had if I never listened to that album, or if I did a different video topic, or if he suggested something different, And that has become, one of my favorite albums, really. I mean, You'd Prefer an Astronaut is really good, and I feel like a lot of people should listen to it. But I think with that connection, it made me see who Mr. Fleissner was, both as a person in the past, but also just how he is now. Like, figuring out what age he listened to it, knowing that that album was like a breakup album for him. It was like so nice to hear these stories that music brings to people. And I think it's such a sad thing that people don't utilize it more. Go up to a random person and ask them, hey, what's your favorite artist? More often than not, you've probably heard of them, you probably know what genre they're in, and even if you like it or not, that is still a conversation topic you could talk about. And people don't realize that. So I'm telling you, sitting here in a random grass plain with the field behind me, go talk to people about music. Music is everywhere. It really is. If you take out your headphones for just 1 second and you listen to the people and the places around you, you'll hear more often than not music. Whether it's stores blasting music outside trying to attract customers, people just listening to music out loud on their speakers, or even in their car, you'll hear music everywhere, and you should be grateful for that. People take music for granted and they don't realize it. Utilize music in the most best way that you can, whether it's to get to know a person or be a conversation starter, or to broaden your own music taste. Utilize it. And with that, as the 2026 school year comes to an end, I just have one thing to say. Thank you for tuning in to All Around Music.
Say you're dreaming up a way, you're dreaming up a way to explode. There's a time you'll see glorious skies, and you think people hate you the
Do I just say ABBA? You can say like an artist, a song, an album. Okay. What is a song or album that represents your senior year? ABBA's a gold album. What is a song or album that represents your senior year?
I'd probably say Graduation by Kanye. Obviously the name Graduation, and it's one of my favorite albums. So,
What do you think?
that represents my senior year.
Yeah.
What's that? Purple from Stone Temple Pilots.
Oh, that's fire, dude. Song or album that represents your senior year?
Respect is my favorite to disco.
Song or album that represents your senior year?
Here I Am, Rick Ross, Black Rose.
What's a song or album that represents your senior year?
I would say Kids, Mac Miller.
Song or album that represents your senior year?
I'd probably say Iceman by Drake.
Song or album that represents your senior year?
I'll say Graduation by Kanye West. My favorite school, Marvin Gaye.
Oh, that's good. What's a song or album that represents your whole senior year?
I think about it.
Yeah, you think about it.
Might take me a second. I don't know, I might as well just do Graduation.
Graduation by Kanye West?
Yeah.
Okay.